I blew off a lot of school assignments as a kid and my parents never caught me. As a teenager, I was one of those smart but lazy kids. I would bust my ass to get really good grades, so that way I would never have to do any extra credit and so I could occasionally blow off an assignment and it wouldn't hurt my grade. My parents were the type that would always tell me to try my best and do all the assignments no matter what, but honestly, if I could still have an A average in the class, if I didn't have to do the big project at the end of the 6 weeks period, then I would just not do it. Oftentimes I'd have like a 98 in the class so I wouldn't even half-ass the project, I'd quarter-ass it. Then I'd get like a 40% on it and still have like a 92 in the class. My parents were happy that I was still keeping an A so they never asked about it. Back in grade school, I was a pencil thief. I pickpocketed and took any pencil because I lost mine. About 20 years ago, in grade school, I liked to pickpocket pencils and pens and pretend I didn't know what happened. There were no locks in the lockers so I would walk to school early and open every locker looking for pencils and pens because I lost mine. I would open bags while everyone's in the fellet at lunch. And when I failed, I asked for pencils and lie that someone borrowed them from me. Wow, this subreddit took a lot off my chest. I bullied an Asian boy relentlessly out of hatred and racism. Hello all, I've had this on my mind for some time and it's been killing me on the inside. I can't stop thinking about the pain I put this poor kid through. I was being bullied in the bathrooms every day by 2 kids. I ended up fighting them. We for some reason formed this strange bond and the 3 of us started bullying this kid. It all really starts when my dad cheated on my mom with one of my mom's best friends. After going through the pain of processing that, I just became angry at everything and all motivation to do anything with my dad was gone. It's also good information to know that my dad and the majority of my family are incredibly huge racist against anything that isn't our skin color. I've gotten out of that stage of my life and I'm a much better person now and it felt good to talk to Reddit about this. I steal money from my parents to buy drugs, alcohol, and smokes. I don't know when I started doing this, but it was probably around 2 years ago, around the time I started smoking. I was around 15 at the time. It was small stuff, $5 here and there, and I promised myself I'd put it back in the money folder as soon as I got my paycheck. I saw it kind of as a loan. Well, let's just say that time never came. It's gotten pretty out of hand, I don't do it more often, but I steal a lot more, like around $50 at a time. And in total, I think I've stolen around $1,500 from my parent to feed my unhealthy coping mechanisms. I've also started doing a lot more drugs lately. It started with just smoking some pot and drinking lots of alcohol, but now I've started doing ecstasy, coke, speed, and I've been mixing them together. I'm not necessarily dependent on drugs, but I think they're fun to do, and it gives me a feeling of this is so wrong, but why does it feel so right? My parents are very much against all sorts of drugs and tell me about it all the time, and I don't feel guilty at all, but I think I should feel that way, but I just don't, I guess. The story of when I did a hit and run with a boat and no, it wasn't on the water. So when I was 16, now 21, I went to a friend's house to do hooder things, but in the midst of me backing out of her house, I backed into a whole boat in the middle of the street. I didn't see because there was this huge bush blocking it. They were white and I'm Latino, and I was not trying to get shot at all, and also I'm not sure why it was there, but I hit it hard and I was terrified. So I drove off and all I can say now is that sorry to that man whose boat I hit.